Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, first of all, for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here and to have an opportunity to talk with a lot of our old partners and hopefully many more new partners here in the automobile industry. So, if you look at the automobile industry, it's a tremendous revolution occurring right now. I think the connectivity and computing are driving unprecedented innovation in the industry. There's a transition. It's going to impact the entire ecosystem, and it will transform mobility from an isolated experience to a connected experience. It's already occurring. The number of cars that are connected today are a lot more than they are when we first started connecting cars in 2002. But it's now accelerating to the point where estimates are that up to 2/3 of cars are expected to be connected by 2022. So a significant impact, really driving two themes: connectivity and computing. Tremendous amount of innovation as a result. So the future of the connected car is increasingly autonomous. It makes transportation safer, it's more productive, it's more enjoyable, and more efficient. To deliver this, really it changes the way the ecosystem works, from semiconductor companies like us, to systems companies, to the OEM, to the cloud. It's a big ecosystem play now in order to make this vision a reality. Qualcomm does semiconductors, but also does systems design. And I think we're in a unique position to provide capability to the automobile industry during this age of innovation to help it achieve this vision. So one of the key platforms for making that happen is 5G. Now, a lot of folks talk about 5G and think about it in the context of the cellular world. And they kind of think about it as just another G. So you have 3G, 4G. It brings much more capability to cellular. But the real impact of 5G will be its ability to have impact in new industries. For example, the automobile industry is estimated to get 20% of the economic output or the economic impact of 5G. It's really an incredible stat. And it's because of all these enhancements that will go into the spec to make it more reliable. It'll have lower latency, the security goes up, and as a result, you'll get new services. And it's not in the future. It's not far in the future. It's actually going to start in 2019. We're going to be in the middle of trials between right now and 2019, and we're looking forward to bringing that heritage from cellular and enable new capabilities here in the automobile space. Now, a lot of people think about the car being connected to the cloud through the internet and through the telematics unit. But that'll just be one component. You'll see in the future that the cars will be connected to cars, in addition to being connected to the network. So that will be a big jump forward in the ability for the car to take advantage of things like ADAS, non-line of sight sensing, and it really allows a number of new services and business models to exist. And I think there's a lot of excitement because those business models are yet to even be imagined, but we're already working on the technologies that enable them to occur. We announced recently that we're starting trials in cellular V2X. We're going to start that this year. We're very happy to announce a collaboration with Conti on that. And we're very, very proud to have an opportunity to do that now, and it's happening. We have real chips in the lab, and we're already starting to see the benefits of those technologies. Now, if I look at the car experience, the in-car experience, it's also changing. So the car itself is changing, the way in which it's being used and the impact of connectivity, but the user's experience in the car is also changing. It's more personal, it's more productive, it's more enjoyable, and you really bring the smartphone experience into the car. And I think it's not just the smartphone experience, it will deviate into a much more personal and rich experience because the car itself is connected. That's going to require a number of new capabilities the amount of data that will come in and out of the car will increase. So we talk about gigabit LTE. You're going to have multiple gigabit LTE or multiple gigabit 5G that will now be in the car. You'll have fiber-like connectivity to every car for streaming, navigation updates, productivity, and I think it'll be a tremendous opportunity. In addition, the computing requirements in the car go up dramatically. We're already seeing that with our Snapdragon processors. I think we have something like 12 of the 25 top automaker brands are already using our Snapdragon processor. So tremendous amount of acceleration of the technologies coming into the car space, and it's only going to continue. The other element that we see is that connectivity will increase not just the ability for the car to connect to the cloud, but the actual ability for it to make smart decisions locally. We talk about autonomous driving. Today, if you look at the chips that we have that are going into cars, like our Snapdragon 820, it supports the Qualcomm Drive Data Platform, which intelligently collects, analyzes, and shares data, sensor data, to enable new services. This is a special device or special hardware in the Snapdragon device, which takes advantage of computer vision and machine learning to process sensors from the camera and from the navigation system to create much more enhanced, much more secure, much more accurate connectivity and location-based services. And it shares it with the cloud, so not only does each individual car get smarter, but the entire network gets smarter as well. We also are working on technologies to charge the car. So if you look at our booth, which is right around the corner, you'll see a wireless electric charging technology that we are using to charge cars that don't need human interaction. So this is, you drive the car over a mat, it automatically aligns, and it charges the car without another interaction from a human. In an environment where you have autonomous cars, there's not a human to plug in. That is going to be a very important component of the technology moving forward. Qualcomm's working on that today and enabling that. You can see that over at our booth. Now, finally, let me just talk a little bit about our place in the ecosystem. So we are looking forward to closing the largest semiconductor acquisition in the tech industry, really focused on bringing the technologies from cellular into the marketplace of automotive, security, and in the Internet of Things. We think this is going to be a great opportunity for us to be an even greater partner. It's very complementary. Our capability, our ability to be a better partner, not only to the automobile industry, but to many other industries, will be enabled, and we're looking forward to that completing. So with that, I want to thank you all for coming, giving you your attention. I invite you to come by our booth over here to my right, and I look forward to a good show. Thank you all very much. Thank you.